This is my second actual attempt to do a long Langstroth hive. I'm going to do it a little different than I tried last time, which wasn't real sturdy. I'm going to make this one 4 deeps wide, which, if I measured everything out correctly, if you see, if I can get the glare off, should be 63.5 inches long. These are the 2 side boards. I've got a bottom board sitting right there, and those little skinny pieces is what I'm going to use to put on the top to make my little notch where the frames sit down in there. I will take some more video here in just a second after I get a few things put together. I got my bottom board on and the sides attached, as you can see. I'm going to quickly talk about the sizes of some of these things. I already gave the length of the sideboards. The bottom board, as you see, the sideboard set on top of it. Could move that a second, like that. So the bottom board is basically the same width as a normal Langstroth. Just a hair less than 19 and a half. What is that, about 19 3/8? The height of the sideboards to get proper bee space on the bottom is just a hair less than 9 1/4, 9 3/8 really, and that gives us about, might even be a little bit too much bee space below the frame, but that's okay. I think we can live with that. I don't think the bees are going to make too much propolis here. I'm going to go ahead and put the side pieces on and then take pictures of that and show you what that looks like. I wanted to show you, that's my lovely helper. Here's the side piece, and the side piece is exactly 10 inches high. And when my helper puts the side piece on, you see how it fits so nice and perfect there. And I've got perfect bee space height above the frame, especially, I'm going to go ahead and do an inner cover just like a regular Langstroth, and by the time I get the inner cover on, that'll give me exactly the right amount of bee space over the top. Okay, I'm going to put side pieces on now. Close. Kind of hard to see this extra board. It's right here. This board right here makes the lip for the inside. And there's my helper again. She loves it when I do that. You can tell by the look on her face. I'm going to paint it before I staple it on there so that I get paint behind here. But other than that, we are getting close. The only thing left we got to build is the lid. And then I've got to figure out a little bit because I want it to be hinged. Just because it's going to be heavy if I try to pick it up by myself. All right, more later. Back to my long Langstroth build, and I think the last time I was putting the pieces on the outside right here. I don't know if you can see since it's painted the same color. This is just the part to cover up where the frames are. So now we have the height for the bee space on top. When we did that, that makes the total width of the box now just a hair under 21 inches. So when we go to start doing our lid, I had to make my lid just a hair over 21 inches because I wanted a little bit of play. And I meant to do it 21 1/4, but it looks like I cut the line. I went ahead and cut that piece. It actually has a little bit of length, play on the length too. So it's a little bit longer than the box is long. Then I went ahead and did my little drop down rails for my telescoping lid, and the height on this isn't near as critical. I made them just about 2 1/4 inches high. And I've got the side pieces on, and as soon as I get these on and straight, I'll go ahead and put one more piece on. I haven't cut them yet, but I'll go ahead and put them right here. Oh, here's my lovely assistant finding my board for me.
Told you not to show me today.
Yeah, she thinks she needs her nails done when she's doing this so that I can show her fingernails like this. We're having fun. All right, come back in after I get this on and painted, and we'll see what it looks like. Long Langstroth project. Last thing we were working on was the lid. And as you can see, I've got the lid done, because last time I was putting this end piece on. I do have some metal flashing that I'm going to put on the top, just because I'm a little worried about weather in rain, just raining on a flat surface and making sure it'll last. Go ahead and pull this off. Taking the lid off. And next thing I did without videoing was I put some legs on it. I put this little strip right here so that when I cut my 2x4s, and if you're trying to make one of these at home, this angle right here is 22.5 degrees. I picked it because it was easy to find that spot on my little chop saw here. I cut the angle here and down at the bottom, just to give it a little bit more stability. If I can get my lovely assistant to step up next to it, I want you to see the height of this thing. It's probably higher than I think most people would have made, but I really didn't want to be bending over when I was picking up frames. And that's kind of the whole point, is to save my back. I'm going to finish out the lid, and I think we're done. I'm going to put one last little coat of paint on it, just to decorate it. Probably in front, like flowers or a scenery, or depends on how artistic I can get. And we'll just see how well things work.
Entrances?
Oh, I'll show you the entrances when I'm done. Folks, we're getting close. As you can tell, I got the lid on and I got some metal sheeting on it. I got this roll of metal sheeting here from Lowe's, but as you can tell, it only comes, and it's 20 inches wide, whereas the box, the lid, is almost 23 inches wide. So when I laid it out, it doesn't go all the way across. So I had to, in order to make sure that it didn't rot, had to get some of this corner sheeting right here, which I also got from Lowe's. I just put that on, stapled it on, and then put my roll over the top of it. The other thing I did was I went and got some door hinges. Sorry for that camera work. And I had to take them to a machine shop and get them bent like that so that they would hold. But, as my lovely assistant will now demonstrate, when the box lid is picked up by one person, it stays. And those are pretty heavy duty. I think those are 4-inch hinges. I also came in and I just made some little homemade inner covers, just to keep things from sticking when the bees start propylizing things. They're just regular inner covers. I had to make them a little bit bigger than a standard one, since the width here is still a little wider than a normal deep. But we're pretty much done here. The only thing I got to do now is put one last little coat of decorative paint on here. Probably going to put a scene with some flowers or something like that on there, and we can set it out for the bees and see how well they like it. Oh, the other thing I need to do is I need to take and put my entrance, and it's going to be over more there. That's going to be the entrance that I use, and I like using those little discs so that I can keep it open or make a queen excluder or just give them ventilation, whichever one. And I was always told that you want to put this in the front but off to the side. And this might be the last video that I do before I put it all together and put it up on YouTube. We'll see what it looks like.